Hey, welcome to my YouTube. Thanks for coming. If you want to press the like button on this video, that'd mean a lot to me. And if you subscribe to my channel, then you'll see every time that I put out a new video. Well, let's just get on with this video. Hello! I'm in the chair again, which means I have something to say about television.
Swab, that's my job.
I love game shows. Whether it's trivia and knowledge-based,
Ken, what's a hoe? No.
silly fun with your friends and family,
On a scale of 1 to 10, how much do you need a hug?
8.
or a game that relies completely on luck. I've just always loved the idea of people playing a game for the chance to win money and prizes. But today, I'm not talking about your trivia legends like Jeopardy, or your spelling lessons like Wheel of Fortune, or your Steve Harvey laughings like Family Feud. Today, I bring to you some of the more bizarre shows. The ones where the creators just wanted to do something completely off the wall, so they pulled ideas out of a hat. The ones that seem like they wouldn't be any good, but scoopity poop, they're fantastic. I came up with the idea for this video because the other day I was scrolling through Hulu and found a new game show. It's Don't, hosted by Adam Scott and the disembodied voice of Ryan Reynolds. So let's take a look. It can be difficult to describe what this show really is, so let's just look at the introduction.
All our lives, people have been telling us, don't. Don't curse. Don't play in traffic. Don't eat gas station sushi. Isn't it time for people to be rewarded, not for what they do, but for what they don't do?
In a lot of ways, this show feels almost like a stand-up special or a comedy performance more than it does a game show.
Do not look at the wrong camera. Thank you. Don't look at the wrong camera. Hey everyone, I'm your host Adam Scott.
Like, you know how in classic game shows, the host will carry the show through the objective, but allow the contestants to be the main character? Not in this one! Adam Scott and Ryan Reynolds are the focus, with a little bit of interest in the contestants over here. Really, the show is just full of smaller mini challenges to earn money for your team. So let's just look at those challenges in this first episode. The first game they play is Don't Get Tired. So really it's a trivia game, and if the contestant gets the question wrong, they get punished. Fantastic!
What is the technical name for a hashtag?
It's a pound sign.
Is it A, octothorpe?
What?
B, quadrone? C, ampersand? Or D, nonnery?
Oh. Maybe not. Alright, so let's look at the next challenge.
All you have to don't is the one thing the average person does like 14,000 times a day. Any guesses about eat? Eat. 14,000?
Adam Scott looks legitimately concerned here, and it's my favorite thing. So legitimately the purpose of this next game is just not to blink. That's why the game is called
Don't blink.
Before the game starts, though, they introduce the Don't Push button. The way it works is that you can press it once at any time for the rest of the game. If you press it before a game and you play perfectly with no mistakes, then you get double your prize money for that game. But if you don't have a perfect game, then the amount that you came out of that game with is halved. So it's a risky one. They decided not to press the button, which was a good call, because in Don't Blink, your goal is to not blink for a full minute. In this game, $20,000 start on the board, and each time any of the 4 players blink during the 60 seconds, $500 is then removed from their prize pool.
You're down to $17,500.
Come on.
At the end of it, Lisa and Giuseppe each lost $3,000 for their team. David lost $1,500. And Jamie lost nothing. Jamie didn't blink! Next, they played Don't Drink, the game where one of the 4 contestants has to walk on a treadmill with a heat lamp behind him and eat spicy food and then turn down any drinks offered to him by Adam Scott. This show is so weird. David was confident in his ability to withstand the spicy food, so they decided to go push the don't push button in the hopes that they would double their money. If David can get through all 5 spicy foods, instead of the regular $20,000, he would walk away with $40,000. First, he has to eat a jalapeno and is then offered water, and he says no. Then he eats Thai peppers and is offered lemonade, and he doesn't do it. Then he's given pure wasabi, and he turns down the lemonade again! Go, David! Next, David eats a habanero pepper and is tempted with his favorite drink, milk.
That's one of my favorites there, milk. I love milk.
And he still says no! And then last, he downs a ghost pepper, still turns down the milk, and wins the $40,000. Partway through that challenge, the other 3 contestants were given the opportunity to eat wasabi, and if each of them did it with no problem, then they'd get another $5,000. So after David's fantastic restraint and self-control, and his partner's willingness to try some wasabi, they walked away from that round with another $45,000. Next was a particularly weird challenge. They'll put up a picture of a celebrity, and the contestants have to say whether that celebrity's name is bird related or not. So like they used Russell Crowe and Ryan Gosling, which are both...
It's a bird.
How did they come up with this? For the final round, they played Don't Get Clocked, where 2 of the contestants will answer trivia questions where every answer is a numerical value from 1 to 12. And the other 2 contestants sat in front of a comically large clock where the numbers are moving around, and depending on what the first 2 contestants tell these 2 contestants the answer is, they have to grab that number, and if the answer is correct, they earn more money. So they played that, and it was fun, and at the end of everything, they leave the show with $94,000. That's great. What a great way to spend an afternoon, right? So now that we've taken a look at what Don't is like, I'd like to take a stroll down memory lane and look at some of the wacky game shows of the past. Starting with...
It's Supermarket Sweep!
Supermarket Sweep is a show where they take a classic trivia game and shopping really fast and merge it together to help you win cash and other great prizes. Supermarket Sweep doesn't really play around here. It assumes that you've seen it before, and they just introduce the contestants and carry on with the game without really explaining it. In the beginning, they use these little trivia rounds to add money to the score of each team, and also add time to the clock that will be used for shopping later on in the Super Sweep. Some of these trivia questions are like really bizarre, but are definitely like grocery shopping related.
All you have to do is match the Hollywood hunk with his favorite snack.
I mean, it's fine.
It turns out that some lobsters are left-handed and others are right-handed. When we come back, I'll tell you how to spot the difference.
Wait, is he offering like shopping advice?
It seems that you can tell if a Maine lobster is right or left-handed by simply looking at the claws.
Oh. No, that has nothing to do with buying lobster. It's just a neat factoid. This show must have made so much money from product placement and sponsorships alone.
We have a box of 6 Kudos peanut butter granola snacks, an 8-ounce box of Hamburger Helper cheeseburger macaroni mix, and a box of 10 Ortega taco shells.
Each team has 2 people, and so in the first trivia round, each team will use like their first person, and then in the second round, they'll use the other player for the trivia questions. And then in the third round, they do the round robin trivia. And it's both players, but they're still just taking turns. So then we're at the big sweep. This is the round where each contestant gets to use the time that they have from the trivia rounds that they earned before and run through the grocery store, just putting as many items into their cart as they can. Each item will have like a limit of how many you can get, but it will also have a dollar amount attached to it for how much money you make by bringing it back. There's also some bonus money that you can get from like little challenges in the store. It's really just a lot of fun, but what's interesting to me is that they don't really tell the audience at home the values of everything, and so like they're just shoving, like this one dude's just shoving ham into the cart, and you're just expected to know that that's probably a lot of money.
Freezer passing the fresh veggies, and he finds the meat department right where it's always been. He's going for hams. Always a good money move.
You win the big sweep by ending your time with the most money from all the stuff you picked up in your cart.
$1,372.
And then the winning team gets to go on to do the final game worth $5,000. The host will read a clue.
If you're having breakfast with a pit bull named Beggo, you might have to say to him, "Lego my..."
And both members of the team will run through the store and find the item based on the clue, and attached to that item will be a card with another clue to then go find another item.
Right there. The one. This one.
And you just keep going until you get to the end and you win or time runs out. You know, that was how that went, and that's how the game ended. It was a lot of fun to watch, but it's really weird to talk about because it's people running through a grocery store and answering trivia questions. Did you think that the creative minds behind these game shows couldn't get bananas wacky goofier than speed shopping?
Boy, were you wrong.
Downfall is a prime example of taking a trivia game and turning the insanity up to 11. This one is hosted by professional wrestling icon Chris Jericho. First, Mr. Jericho informs us that it's a trivia game.
Now at first look, this show seems straightforward. Answer a few simple questions, and you could win these incredible prizes.
So it's that easy?
All our contestant has to do is answer the questions before the prizes do this.
Oh. You just lose your prize money then.
However much is placed at the back of the conveyor belt, if it goes over, then this happens.
You're gonna kill them? So basically, the faster you answer the questions, the more prizes you get. But if you don't answer them fast enough, potential prizes are dumped off the side of this building for, you know, psyching out the contestant or just being fun to watch. I don't know, but it's great. The first category was national parks and memorials, and the contestant missed a lot of them and lost a lot of prizes. But it's okay, because Chris Jericho is really encouraging.
I didn't know a lot of these, and I'm a genius.
So at the end of that round, before the money fell off, she hit the panic button, which stops the conveyor belt, but it means that in the redo round, she has to put something of value to her on the belt. Please be her kids, please be her kids, please be her kids. Okay, so that was a joke about the kids, but apparently that's sort of actually a possibility. You get 2 panic button pushes throughout the game. You bring a personal belonging that means a lot to you that you can put up, or you also bring your support person who you can put on the belt and throw off of a building. Anyway, she chose her dining set, which I guess has sentimental value or something. For her next category, she picks Best Picture winners.
1995, Mel Gibson.
Patriot. We were soldiers. Pass.
It's Braveheart. Even though she didn't know Braveheart, she's still able to win. She got her $5,000 and she saved her dining set. Hooray, it can go back home. I'm hitting things over here. For the next round, she needs to guess a bunch of Hall of Fame toys to win the prizes and the money. So she lost the first prize, which was a popcorn maker, but she did pretty well here. Now, she has $10,000 and a whole bunch of prizes, and she has the option to walk home now, or she can keep going to try to win more.
$10,000 is a lot of money.
$25,000 is more.
Next category she picks has to do with children's books, so she has to name the right children's books based on the questions asked, and she's confident that she's gonna do well because she has 2 kids. She doesn't do well, and it's great because I love watching the stuff fall.
Correct. Roll down, Veruca Salt.
She almost lost the money again, so once again, she hits the panic button. It's time to put your husband on the belt! Okay, so the guy we saw before actually wasn't her husband, it's her husband's boss. Her husband's in the military and was in Japan during the filming.
Because he sent my husband to Japan.
Together, they decided to go with the spin-offs category, so basically a spin-off show would be named, and they'd have to say what show it came from.
The Pebbles and Bam Bam Show.
Flintstones.
Correct.
They did it easily, no problem, the guy did not go off the side. I mean, congratulations for winning, but I really wanted to see him fall. For the next round, a car has been added to the prize pool, and I am so excited to see it go off the building. The next category is vegetable varieties, and she didn't do well. And I love it, because the car went over and it crashed! Yes! And then she kept not being able to get them, and she had no more panic buttons, so then the money went off, which means she loses. And she gets dropped.
Going down!
So that's where her round ends. She keeps the money she earned in previous rounds, but the prize items are lost because she lost the game. What a trip. Okay, I have one more great show for us to look at. Maybe the wackiest thing I've ever seen on television. It's Double Dare. Nickelodeon brought us this lovely show in multiple different iterations, but today we're going to look at an episode of Double Dare 2000. The show starts immediately. No explanation, no introduction, nothing. They're just playing the game.
And, oh, it's so close, but it hasn't happened yet.
I guess the red team won that first game? I wasn't entirely sure, but the announcer said it.
Across the line, $25 in control. To that red team.
Okay, I don't know what's going on. Did the host just have a stroke?
Welcome, everybody, to Double Dare 2000, where we've got gigagaloons of goos just for you.
So now we're finally meeting the team. And the first team is Team Odyssey. And I don't care about them. Second are the Blue Bombers. I wanted to do this episode specifically because the Blue Bombers are the greatest team in Double Dare history.
Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for the Blue Bombers.
And by that, I mean my friend Chris's family are the Blue Bombers. That's my buddy's family playing. Chris wasn't old enough to be on the team, but hey, there's his family. So the rules of the game felt a little complicated to me, but basically the way it works is it's another trivia-based game where the team whose turn it is has the opportunity to answer the question, or if they don't know the answer, they can dare the other team to answer for double the amount of money. But if they don't know either, they can bounce it back at a double dare, which then doubles the doubled amount. That's 4 times the prize money! If the team that was double dared still doesn't think they know the answer, they can compete in a physical challenge that will earn them the prize money instead. But apparently there's a risk in that, because if you attempt the physical challenge and don't win it, the other team gets the money. But they don't really explain that to you. I had to figure that out myself. So because Team Odyssey won the little game right at the beginning, they get control and start the first question. And they didn't know the answer, so they pass it off to my favorite team, the Blue Bombers. And they get their dare question right because they are geniuses.
Fantasy Island?
Yes!
So this first round just kind of goes like this for a little bit. It's trivia. If somebody doesn't know it, they bounce it back and forth. Some get it right, some get it wrong. It happens. But then you get this great volley of, I don't know, dare. We don't know either. Double dare. And then the Blue Bombers accepted a physical challenge, baby! Okay, I noticed this. It's so stupid to bring up, but I laughed so hard at this little thing. When preparing for the physical challenge, the dad of the group goes off stage and he tripped.
Now, Dad, go on over here, and I'm going to come over here.
Okay, so the Bombers did really poorly in the physical challenge. It was this weird thing with cookies and cutting it with shoes. And
He goes. All right, grab a cookie. Grab a cookie.
honestly, it wasn't entirely clear how to play. So, that's not my boy Kevin's fault. Okay, so the first round ends with Team Odyssey $75 ahead of the Blue Bombers, which is unfortunate, but I know that my team is going to turn it around. At the beginning of the second round, they do another silly little game like they did at the top of the episode.
Here it comes. And they pour it in, and very nice. Well, very close right now.
Then once again, Team Odyssey wins, so they start with control of the trivia again. Okay, so really the second round of trivia did not go well for the Bombers at all, but they get another chance at a physical challenge. This challenge sees all 4 Bombers sitting on rockets that are lined up in a row, and they have to pass 3 helium balloons down the line and then put it through a basket. In a physical challenge in the second round of the game, there's a triple dare option, where you make the physical challenge more difficult, but you get more money and a bonus prize, which in this case was a $1,000 gift card to Toys R Us, which is better than money because you know that Toys R Us will never die. So they accept the triple dare, which adds a 4th balloon.
All right, little space ball. Very good first pass. Okay, got to get that ball over here. That's a second pass.
So they didn't win the challenge again. And this is what I was talking about earlier, though, that all that money and the gift card, $1,000 gift card to Toys R Us goes to Team Odyssey. Like, I understand that there's like a risk or whatever, and that it's like, oh, sorry, you don't get the prize, now they do, now they're in the lead or whatever. But like, what did they do? They watched you play a game that you didn't win. They shouldn't get your money. I mean, it's not your money. They shouldn't get the prize. It's so stupid. Because the Blue Bombers were behind in points at the end of the second round, they are eliminated. That's the end of the game for them. But they boosted their winnings to $200, so that's sweet, I guess. So now Team Odyssey gets to run through the final round, which is an obstacle course that allows you to win more prizes.
The Nintendo 64 game system!
It's mostly just about slime falling on you while you run fast and stuff.
And the slime comes down.
They ran through. They won most of the prizes. Congratulations, or whatever. I was told to edit the footage so that the Bombers came out on top with this one, but I don't have to do that, because at the end of the show, Kevin ran back out, cashed in his Money in the Bank contract, and won the Double Dare 2000 championship, and won all the prizes and money back for his family. So congratulations, Bombers, you did it! So as I've been working on this video, doing research and watching these episodes and filming even, I've realized that I've only scratched the surface with some of the weirder game shows. So why don't you let me know in the comments what one of your favorite weird game shows is, and I'd love to look at it. Anyway, thanks for watching. I really appreciate it, and I would also really appreciate it if you press the like button. If you also subscribe to this channel, then you'll see every time that I put out a new video. Thank you very much. Bye!